Today we're going to have more fun with some accessories in our yoga practice. And you can see Lynn has a couple of different balls here in her hand. She has a regular Pilates ball, and she also has this fun little, I want to call them spikes, but they're soft, so they're not really spikes. But we're going to work with that one today because it really does give you a nice massage. If you have a small beach ball at home or something else in similar size, that will work as well. So we're going to start on right side. And we're just going to kind of roll that forward. Maybe you come into a little bit of forward fold with that as it rolls up and down the leg. Sort of massages the arm and the top of the leg at the same time. It's just starting to introduce a little extra movement into the body. And after a few of those, you can roll that over to the other side and try it there. And we'll come back to center with that for a moment. We're going to bring the ball between the hands, right at your heart. And again, you could move that forward on an inhale, draw it in on an exhale. Find a few repetitions here. We're going to shorten our number of repetitions, but in your own practice, you can always pause the video and do as many as you like. So the next time we come forward, we're going to start to lift that up and see how high up you want to go. Maybe it's just to the heart or the forehead. Maybe you can come even higher up overhead. Listen to the wisdom of your shoulders, and exhale. We'll inhale and exhale. Nice inhale and exhale. Again, do as many repetitions as you like. And then we're going to think about our forward fold. So in a forward fold, we're going to hinge from the hips. We're going to lift through the heart. As we come forward, we're going to pass that ball under the legs and then come back up and switch. And we're going to do about 3 in this direction, but you can always do more. And then we'll do 3 in the other direction just so we're balanced. And as we come to center, we're going to stay with those forward folds. Sometimes you might have to come to the front half of your chair for this one because we're going to take the ball in the right hand. We're going to pass it behind the back, grab it with the left hand. So the ball is passing between your back and the back of the chair. And again, we'll do 3 in this direction so you have the idea of how much fun that could be, and then we'll switch and we'll do 3 in the other direction. You can slow this down, make it a little more mindful if you like. You could speed it up and make it a little more cardio if you like. And then we'll come back to center. Take a nice breath in and out. If you feel like you need to roll out the shoulders in between any of these, you can do that. Our next variation of this is to we'll start in the right hand. We're going to come up overhead and pass the ball down and over. And we're just going to stay like that. Now, if you remember, when we started, we passed the ball under the legs. You could add that to this, and maybe we'll do one where we're just coming forward and passing it around, and you can see how that goes. And then we could reverse the direction of that and go the other way. So those are something you could build into that practice as well. Let's bring that down. Give your arms and shoulders another shake or roll if you need to. And then we're going to try something that's going to be a little more strengthening with this. So we're going to bring the ball up. And you might prefer to bring it forward or up. Depends on what you're feeling in your shoulders. And we're going to, as that comes down, we're going to lift one knee up, pass the ball under the knee, up through center, Pass the ball under the other knee and up through center. So we're kind of making a nice little figure 8 with the ball. And there is actually a way, if we pause for a moment, we can go the other way and reverse that direction. That's a little tricky sometimes, but if you want to stay with one direction that you started with, that works too. And then we're going to show you one more stretch that we like to do, and that's from our Warrior 2. For this one today, we're just going to come into the L shape with our legs. So we're going to step the right leg out to the side, left foot in front. We have that nice 90-degree foundation in the legs. We're sinking into the sitting bones. We're going to start with the ball out. We'll bring both arms out. And as the arms come forward, we'll pass the ball from one hand to the other and extend. And you can keep the head neutral at center with this if you prefer, or you could start to follow the movement of the ball with your gaze if you want to add that in. It's your practice. You make it whatever you want it to be. We'll come to center and we'll get that one on the other side real quick. Forward and out. And these are just some fun little practices that you can do. We're going to come back to center with this. Anytime you like, you could mix this into your yoga practice. Remember to do some warm-ups before and maybe some nice cool down stretches afterwards and a little breath. And there you go, a fun way to jazz up your yoga practice.